He said that all the pundits must be very disappointed and he felt sorry for them that none of these things actually happened. So I think, fair enough. I mean, what else can he say, really? He must have been roundly fed up with all the speculation that's been over his whole life, ever since he was a little boy. If this is a strategy that he will do things on his own and she will do things on her own, then you can be fairly certain that it's been well thought out by them. You could suggest that she's making a move to be an independent person in her own right. I mean, we know who she is now, thanks to her marrying Prince Harry. He said that all the pundits must be very disappointed and he felt sorry for them that none of these things actually happened. So I think, fair enough. I mean, what else can he say, really? He must be and must have been throughout his life roundly fed up with all the kind of speculation that's been. He must have been roundly fed up with all the speculation that's been over his whole life, ever since he was a little boy. So in that respect, I sympathize with him. He's much better when he's on his own talking about things without her there. And perhaps she's better on doing what she does without him there, because he always looks a little bit spare, if I can use that expression. And maybe it's just a natural thing. I think they're always, I mean, we've said this many times before, they're always playing to their particular skills. They're also always having to reinvent themselves. They're always having to try and keep focused in the public eye. And so if this is a strategy that he will do things on his own and she will do things on her own, then you can be fairly certain that it's been well thought out by them and that there wouldn't be any particular tension involved. So I don't really think that it's an issue whether he's there or not. I think I don't know, to be honest, but I would imagine she's perfectly happy to have him there as a, supporting her and them going out together. And presumably, like any couple, they enjoy going out and doing things together. On the other hand, you could suggest that she's making a move to be an independent person in her own right. I mean, we know who she is now, thanks to her marrying Prince Harry. I mean, we knew who she was before, but we know who she is very much more now. She's got much more of an identity. So there could be that, but I don't really read very much into that so much. But one thing I would say is, I don't know whether you spotted, she sent a message to Smart Works Carol Service in St Marylebone Parish Church in England, saying how proud she was of they were doing a carol concert and she was their proud patron. And she said, if I may read it, she said, together we gather to honor the work and dedication of this remarkable organization. But she wasn't there. She wasn't actually with them at all. So it's that problem that they have when they do things, when they're still trying to do things related to the United Kingdom, that it was a bit like when he was Captain General of the Royal Marines and he was lying barefoot in the park in California. You can't really do both. So that was rather odd, I thought. Well, I think that Meghan Markle's pretty unpopular in Britain, and I don't think she has any wish to come there for that reason as much as anything else. I mean, the security issue I find very confusing, because obviously the times when he was with his family or when he was staying at Frogmore Cottage, there was a lot of security. And security for individuals is expensive, and so it is quite well defined who gets it. I mean, you and I don't get it because we don't do things which require it. He, as a working royal, did get it, but as a non-working royal, there are lots of non-working royals who don't get security. Then he's not entitled to be spending government money. That's the issue. And I know he's made a lot of that, but on the other hand, they go off to Colombia, which is a very dangerous country, a great deal more dangerous than the United Kingdom. I don't think he's in any particular danger in the United Kingdom, to be honest. But equally, I don't see either that he has any wish to come back, possibly for the positive reasons that he enjoys the freedom of the life out in Montecito. And I've been to Montecito. I know what it looks like. I know where he lives. And, it's lovely out there. I can well see how it's a lovely place to bring up children. But equally, I'm not sure that it would be very constructive for him to come back and be part of the working royal family anymore, because he gets so much attention for the wrong reasons, and it would deflect from the message that the main royal family are doing, which is one of service. We've seen a lot of it this week. We've seen Catherine, Princess of Wales, coming out to help greet the Emir of Qatar. You've seen Queen Camilla doing things when she's not been particularly well. The king is still having treatment and he's as busy as ever, rushing all over the place. I mean, there's a lot of very constructive things going on, and we've got Catherine's carol service coming up any minute. Lots of very positive things. And if Prince Harry was to reappear here, it would deflect from that, which would be a pity. The king has been very clever to leave the door wide open for Prince Harry. He's never responded to anything. So as far as we know, that is the situation. But I think it would require very delicate handling because, we've seen in the past how things can go wrong. And it is a very difficult issue. If you're a working member of the royal family, you're there to support the king. You play second or third or even fourth fiddle. You're not there in your own right. You're there to support him and help him in whatever way you can. And you mustn't deflect from what he's trying to do, which is important. He's got a lot on his plate. So I think it's not going to happen, basically. It might happen one day, but it would, as you rightly say, require a lot of negotiation and a lot of setting the boundaries. If they were living in the United Kingdom, there would be certain restrictions, I'm sure. But there are other sort of members of the royal family who are living in England who aren't, for one reason or another, undertaking royal duties. I mean, you could say Prince Andrew, for example, he's still living at Royal Lodge. He's still riding in the park. He doesn't do anything publicly, but nothing to stop him moving around freely if he wants to. He can go out to dinner. He can go out to restaurants. He can go and play golf. He can do whatever he likes. So it is possible, but it's not going to be brilliant if it's Prince Harry doing that.